Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Wednesday, October 5th. And in the headlines today, we're going to continue to be on the warm side. We'll have some sunshine today. Low chance for a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. Looks like the best bet is they're going to remain pretty much off to our west. System that'll be coming this way, a wave of low pressure will be weakening. I think a better chance of rain will come for later on today on Thursday into Friday. And I think at that time we could see some showers and thunderstorms. The best chance of precipitation overall over the next 5 days is going to be as one goes farther to the northwest in the lower peninsula. And then, of course, Hurricane Matthew is going to be slamming the Bahamas today. It's going to be heading towards Florida, the Carolinas, and up the East Coast. Looks like right now the worst hit areas based on the current models would be places like South and North Carolina. I think Charleston certainly could get a lot of wind and rain out of this system. It's not impossible. It could actually go ashore on in Florida, but right now it looks like it's going to hug the coastline up to about the North Carolina area, and then it looks like it'll move to the northeast out into the Atlantic. But again, plenty of questions still remain. And again, showers and thunder showers into Friday, a cool weekend coming up. Our normals for the day, our normal high is 64. The normal low is down to 42. And you can see on the weather map for yesterday, temperatures were quite warm in the low to mid 70s across the entire region. And you'll notice a lot of 0.01, 0.02. That was mainly from the fog and mist that actually did accumulate in some of the rain gauges. I don't believe we really had anything in the way of showers. If we look at the current conditions out there this morning, you can see we're running about 15 to as much as 18 degrees above normal. Again, our normal lows are in the low 40s. So again, pretty warm out there this morning all across the area. If we look at the next slide, you can see this is yesterday morning's fog. And again, nothing out there really to speak of this morning. We do have some areas that may have some fog down around the Adrian area and up towards Big Rapids, indicating about a mile visibility. Again, the yellower clouds usually, or the yellow imagery on this indicates low clouds or fog. And of course, the visibilities are overlaid on there to indicate whether or not it's just low clouds or not, or if it actually is fog. If we look at the moisture for the season so far, this will be the last report on that. It ended on September 30th. And you can see overall across the entire MAC, LAC area, we were at about 87% of the normal rainfall that we would normally expect. But you can see some of the real dry areas were Newaygo, Blissfield, Tupperville, and especially for St. Thomas, very dry out there for the overall growing season. We're well benefited by the rains that we picked up in the last 2/3 of July and in August. And you can kind of see a graphical format of how we fared out. You can certainly see that the first 2 months of as we got into May and June were very dry, and actually the first 10 days of July as well were very dry. And then you can see we stepped up the moisture in the last couple of months. If we look at the Hurricane Matthew, you can see it currently it's just went through Haiti and it's on its way to the Bahamas. And again, you can see the track would take it right along the coastline or near the coast of Florida up into the Carolinas. And you can see right now we've got actually hurricane warnings out for the east coast of southern Florida. Hurricane watches extend north up to about Savannah. And again, we're going to continue to follow Matthew. There's going to be a lot of rainfall near the coastline of the southeast U.S. And again, we have to watch in case there's any kind of a westward jog that might take it inland. If we look at the satellite, you can definitely see that well-defined hurricane as it's moving up through eastern Cuba right now. And again, it'll be moving up towards Florida here over the next 72 hours. If we look at the next slide, you can see the radar across the Midwest showing an area of showers and thunderstorms. And again, this southern area as it moves to the east here over the next 24 hours will weaken. And again, just maybe some scattered afternoon showers across the northwestern portions of the MAC area. And I think the best chance over the next 5 days of rainfall is going to be pretty much in northwest lower Michigan and the UP. And we'll show you that in just a second. On the weather map this morning, you can see a number of low pressure systems with a cold front that's slowly moving to the east. And it is moving slowly due to all these waves of low pressure moving up that keep that front from going too far eastward very fast. Combine that with the activity off the east coast, it's kind of creating kind of a bottleneck across the region. And if we look at the weather forecast map for tomorrow, that cold front inches just a little bit closer to us. again, we'll continue to see waves of low pressure move up that front, keeping that front moving slowly. And again, severe storms, heavy rain off to our southwest, and that's where we expect it to stay, is primarily off to our west. And then by Friday morning, the low pressure moves to the north of Lake Superior. That should help give a little bit of a push to that cold front as we get towards the late afternoon and evening hours. And again, I think for football games Friday night, we could have some precipitation across the area. We'll show that in just a second. Over the next 72 hours, you can see heaviest rainfall is going to be from around Iowa into parts of northwestern Missouri and into eastern Kansas as it looks right now. And as far as the next 7 days, you can see the effects of Hurricane Matthew. Some this just offshore will be up around 15 to 20 inches of rain. Again, we expect the heaviest rains to remain offshore, but you can see areas of South Carolina into North Carolina and southeast Virginia could see amounts of between 6 and 10 inches of rain. So a very wet system, and again, we really need to watch this very closely. It looks like it'll be a Cat 3 or a Cat 4 storm as it moves up the coast. And again, for Friday night football games, looks like at kickoff at 7 o'clock, scattered showers, about a 30% chance. Again, most of these are moving off to the east. We should have a game time temperature around 64 degrees. Winds will be shifting to the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And by 10 o'clock, most of the rain should be out of the area, and temperatures will slide down into the mid to upper 50s with the west-northwest wind in place. As far as the extended outlook, if we look at the 8 to 14-day outlook, we're going to be near to slightly above normal in 6 to 10 with near normal precipitation. But the 8 to 14-day outlook, look at this, the entire United States is expected to be above normal. And as far as precipitation, lots of dry weather for our area, and that should allow harvest to really crank up and continue to really roll here as we go through the next several days. In fact, we picked up quite a bit of corn here in the Breckenridge location yesterday, with more farmers jumping in to the harvest. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.